Hello, everyone, and welcome to Quad Radio as we join you today in the ATV motocross world. And we're talking with rookie AMA ATV pro Silas Lamons out of Bulls Gap, Tennessee. Man, I just like saying that, man, just because that's a cool place to sounds like to be from. Tell me a little bit about Bulls Gap, Silas.
We got the Bulls Gap Speedway down there. I guess it's the fastest quarter mile or something. We got that, a little bit of mainly cows and just a small town.
And you, an ATV motocross racer, right?
Exactly, around all the flat track racing.
Now, how did you find yourself in a world of ATV motocross, being around all that flat track racing and all that kind of stuff?
Well, my cousin, he started racing dirt bikes, and I was always around the races and pursued on bikes. Didn't really like it that much, but I just wanted to be like my cousin. My brother started at the same time. He was on the four-wheelers, and I finally try to give four-wheelers a shot, and ever since then, I've been on a four-wheeler.
How long has that been, man?
I started on dirt bikes at 10 years old and switched when I was, don't like to say it, but 14, 15, not the legal age of doing it, but that's when I started.
Is that right? Did you start racing at that time, too?
Yes.
So you were one of those guys that maybe fibbed a little bit when you went to rider registration?
Yeah, I was 16, around about 14. So we're legal now.
That's such a funny story, and I do not encourage that by no stretch of the imagination. I'm sure you don't either, but that's something that's kind of commonplace, or was commonplace at least for a while back a few years ago anyway, right?
Oh, yeah, it's like Cody Gibson. He did the same thing I did when he started. He was, 14, probably 100 pounds soaking wet on a 450.
So anyway, we fast forward to today. How old are you now?
I'm 20 years old.
20 years old. So you've basically been on an ATV now racing for 6 years, I guess, huh?
Yes, sir.
Tell me a little bit about that adventure. Where was your first ATV race, and then how did you find yourself here in the national scene?
Oh, well, my first race was at a fairgrounds on a 300EX. Just trying it. My dad wasn't going to let me go fully to four-wheelers, and after he seen me do that on a 300, he said, well, we can go buy some new ones. We'll go get a four-wheeler, and gave it a shot ever since then. And my first national was at Loretta's, I'm thinking 2009 maybe. I won that, Open C. And then the next year, opener at Alabama, won that. Then I got protested for running local A races. Woo!
Wow. For anybody that's listening in, you just heard that major explosion. No, we are not under terrorist attack. We were actually recording this interview here at Briarcliff Motocross Park in Ohio, and somebody got a little bit loose with a big cannon or something over there. But anyway, did you catch your breath there? You jumped, man. I can't imagine what I did.
Oh, yeah, it was pretty scary.
Well, anyway, so what were we saying?
We was back at Pell City, Alabama for the open round there, and then I got protested leaving there. And funny thing, it was on April Fool's Day when the AMA called me and said, you're going to have to move up to A class, blah, blah, because I ran local races like at Muddy Creek in the A class. And somebody just called in and protested on me, and ever since then just been racing A class for a couple of times. Got a couple of wins in there, and I went to College Boyd and to Pro-Am, and ran a couple of Pro-Am last year. And I said, I'm going for it because that's all or nothing. I'm just going to give it a shot.
So, wow, man. So, I mean, you dabbled a little bit, you felt it, and you had some success, and you thought, man, things are going so well, might as well make that step up. Now, talk a little bit about the step. Tell me about what it's been like so far this year.
Beginning of the year, when I decided to get my license and everything, I knew it was going to be a big step, and I know it's a big step now, but I got myself pretty much prepared, and right now, mid-season, I'm in really good shape, but I ain't had a practice bike in like 3 months, so it's been off and on sharing four-wheelers with my brother because his is still running, but we got to swap parts from race bike to practice bike and all that, so it's been riding dirt bikes every once in a while just to get a little training in. But
it's a real grassroots effort then for you, right?
Oh, yeah. It's like I said, it's a big challenge, but my time's coming soon, and hopefully it's coming tomorrow.
I like the thoughts and the sounds of that. Talk your results so far. What have they been like so far this year?
The best thing, I ain't got last yet, but the open round at Aonia, I ended up 14th overall for that. I was really excited about that. Then disappointed in my hometown track at Muddy Creek. I was expecting to come there and do good. I ended up 16th to 17th. And then High Point, I really don't know. I haven't looked. And I had to skip Illinois because of just financial problems. But
That's the grassroots effort problem there, right?
yeah, then we're here on fairgrounds money. I went to a fair race last weekend, and we're running on that money here for this weekend.
Wow, that's pretty cool, man. I mean, that is a really neat little story. Talk about that. I mean, where were you? Where was the fair race? And I mean, it paid that well?
Yeah, we was in Wise County, Virginia. They sat on the middle of nowhere. You've never picked it. The track is right on where a coal mine used to be, and it's nothing but slate rock, and you think you're about to put holes in your tires. But they have a really good little event there. They have a flat track race. You have to race for that money and a motocross track, and they do drag races and all that for all kinds of riders. You're racing four-wheel drive people out there, so it's a little bit for everybody out there.
So did you enter all the events?
Oh, you had? Yeah, I went to because I was like, it's the only way I'm gonna get to the next race. So I'm doing it for all the money.
Wow. So I mean, if you don't mind me asking, I mean, how much did something like that pay? Was it a good paycheck? I mean, decent anyway, I guess.
Oh yeah, because my brother got in there too, and he got second behind me, so we brought home almost $1,000.
Wow, so that afforded you the opportunity to come up here and ride here in Ohio. Now, I know you haven't had a chance to ride yet this weekend when we're doing this interview. You will have, and I really hope things work out well for you here in Ohio. But, Silas, hopefully we'll have a lot to talk about, and we'll follow this interview up with some really good news for the folks. But let's talk about you personally. You said you started riding dirt bikes and this, that, and the other, and we talked about Bulls Gap, Tennessee. I mean, where do you come from? You said cows. So that kind of leads me to believe that maybe you're a farm boy, man.
Yeah, I'm a farm boy. Work most as I can with my dad's construction business, but often then when I come home, I'm doing hay or taking care of the cows or a little bit of that. And just always been helping around the farm, and mainly just being a country boy.
Being a country boy, man. I mean, just living the life in Tennessee, right?
At least trying to.
There you go. So you talked about your dad there a little bit ago. You said that he got behind you once he saw the efforts that you were putting on the 300EX. How involved is Dad in the program now?
Oh, it's 100%. It's just the business has got slow, so he's still pushing 100%. Even if last bit of dime he's got, we're going. Thanks.
So he's helping out. He's right there helping. You just supplement that, and well, that's great, man. I mean, so plans for the rest of the year. What's it looking like for you right now?
The next race is in Minnesota, I guess, yeah. And as of right now, I'll be going by myself. So it's going to be a 16-hour drive by myself. So any bit that I can, hopefully somebody can jump in with me. So
there you go. Anybody need a ride? Maybe split some gas money or something like that, right?
Oh yeah.
That'd be nice. Don't have those alligator hands where they don't reach down. Just give a little bit. No, I'm just kidding. But anyway, Silas, it's really good to make your acquaintance, man. I know that we really haven't had a chance. I've seen you run around. I've seen you perform well, and I've always been like, I want to know more about this kid, man. I mean, want to know more about you, and it's finally nice to know more about you, man. You seem like you got a really good program there. Sounds like good family support there. Now, does your brother travel to the races with you now?
Yes, sir. He's actually the real big main support for this year. If it wasn't for my brother, I wouldn't be racing this year. He's been, this winter he hasn't got to train that much because his work had him in South Carolina over there working, and if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't racing because he paid for my motor this year, and he's paid for quite a bit of my stuff to come race, and just clutches, anything that I need, he's up there 100% on that doing it. And he's racing as well in the Pro-Am class, but it's for him not training. He's doing great.
What's his name now?
Lucas Lamons.
Lucas. Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say that and be wrong. But man, that's awesome. Now, is he your older brother, your young brother?
Yes, he's he had a birthday at Ionia, so I think he's 24.
24. So you guys are pretty tight then, I guess, huh?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Wow, man. I mean, so often it's neat to get to know you and where you're coming from, Silas, because, I mean, you look around these pits where we're at right now, and, I mean, there's a lot of family activity and a lot of involvement, but there seems to be they seem to kind of lose it, I guess. I mean, it'd be nice. I'm sure you're thinking, I'd like to have that kind of set up yourself, but at the same time, man, I mean, knowing what you got right now, having to scrape straws and stuff, whenever you do reach that level, if everything works out well for you, it's only going to make this time that much more special.
Oh, yeah. Just coming from nothing and getting that, you're more than 100% grateful for what you got.
And you sound confident and you seem confident. I mean, you've had nothing but success whenever you've jumped on this thing, so you feel that this is exactly where you belong and you feel that success is down the road.
Yeah, I know my first year I'm not going to come out here and shoot fireworks, but I'm trying my best to do that, put my foot in the door and get my name out there for next year and hopefully be breaking above a top 10, but my goal for the end of the year is getting a top 10.
So it sounds like you're paying for a lot of the parts and everything that you got going on. Do you have any actual support outside the family right now?
Yeah, it's my mechanic, Michael Rich. That's a big thing, too. If it wasn't for him, we wouldn't be racing. He loses money when he does our motors because he's always just out there putting 100% in our motors and everything in our program. And I got, like I said, my mom and dad, my brother, of course, Madman Clean Solutions, X-Brand Goggles, ITP has big stepped up this year for us, and I couldn't thank all of them over there for that. And my cousin owns a restaurant, Hyperion Fine Food and Spirits. They're just it's my cousin that used to race. We're sponsoring us with that too. So just a lot of people behind us, but it takes a lot.
It does take a lot, and it sounds like you got a good grassroots effort, and I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with us here tonight, man, and I hope the best for you this weekend. Like I said, this is pre the Briarcliff, the Built Ford Tough Ohio ATV National. Actually, it's Friday night before that. Maybe we'll post this, and then we'll back that interview up with some good news after that, all right?
All right, that sounds great.
All right, any shout-outs, anything you want to say before we go?
Just a big shout out to my brother once again. Like I said, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be doing this.
That's all right, man. Gotta love that, man. Brothers are great, and of course that's Silas Lamons, and we're talking a little quad radio here from Briarcliff on a Friday night. And once again, that's Silas Lamons. I'm Rodney Tomlin. This is the new Quad Radio.